This is um, this is some images from my recording at Monochrome Studio. During the day, we had a lot of discussion and some playing and sort of some talking about the songs we were recording. And after that day, we only managed to record the drums, but we managed to record the drums for both tracks, "Am I Wrong" and "The Definition of I." And these images here are images of how we recorded um, how we recorded the drums. We've got a kick. We've got so the first image is of the kick drum. That is an AKG D1112 on the kick, and then a kick sub as well. So that's two microphones there recording the kick, and then the second image is we had a discussion, and then we decided to use um, the XY overhead pattern, which is what I previously tested out for myself, and but we used AKG C414s in an XY overhead pattern, which then sort of faced they're facing sort of the cymbals, um, the ride and the crash cymbal, and sort of make so you get a good and covering a lot of the drums to get a good stereo image. Um, we're here. We have this is the hi hat, and then we've got an underneath mic hi hat. We didn't need a an over the top hi hat mic because the overheads would pick that up, but it's good. But we added an underneath mic to the hi hat just to give the hi hat some clarity, you know, within the mix. And then the next image here is this is the floor tom and the mid tom. The mid tom has um, uh, a it's a 57, I believe. Um, but and then the floor tom is an AKG D1112 actually, which at first I was unsure about because I hadn't really done that, but after talking about it, the they found that the D1112 actually elevated the sort of the bass in the bass in the floor tom. So it was actually quite a good mic choice there. And on the toms, that was my mistake. It was the 421s on that tom, and the higher tom as well. And they were good sounding mics, and I thought it sounded well. What was interesting is on the back of the mics there's foam there. I hadn't done that before and didn't know anything about it. But after testing it, the foam actually sort of isolates the mic and the recording a bit more, and actually improves the sound, and just sort of makes the sound quality a bit better. And moving on here, we have that's the snare there. It's a metal snare. I think it is the width is 5.5. I think it's 12 or 14 by 5.5. Um, and it's there's a this is uh, a Shure. What is it? It is oh yeah, it's a 57. For some reason, thinking it was a 58 for a second, but obviously it doesn't have the cone there. But it's a 57 on the bottom, and then on the top there was a 57 and a 55 that were on the top of the drum. I think it was definitely good to mic both sides of the drum. So you've got three. There were three different mics on the snare, so it gave the snare a lot of, the sound coming through, a lot of clarity, and also you could really hear the under snares from the drum. There were also room mics. In this picture here, you can see there's an Aston Origins. There is another in this image. There was another Aston Origins, both sides, so left and right. Um, so there was, a left and right overheads combined with a left and right room mics as well. So the drums were, you could sort of hear the full surround sound of the drums. And if you notice here, it was quite a distance from the drum kit, so it allowed the drums to expand in the space and give a full recording, which I think was good. I have the audio to the drums, and I will put them on Logic, so I can process them and edit them to create my track. But I think overall the recordings, they sound good. They went well, um, and I think the mic choices and the mic placements were definitely good, because the drums do sound very good after listening to the audio. And yeah, that's what we did in the recording session.